Hey, it's 2 o'clock somewhere. Burial, Untrue. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I pick these albums so randomly. It's not even funny. I don't know anything about this. I don't know like what genre it is. I think Burial is just one dude. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. The only Burial song I know actually is one in GTA Blonded Radio called Hiders. You should go listen to that song. It's actually a very good song. If you have any other recommendations related to Burial or anything ever, drop it in the comments. The only videos I do on this channel are recommendations, so thank you. And yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, track number 1, the intro track is Untitled.
It binds the heaven.
Wondering if I should just let this fade in here. The pitch of these vocals keeps changing. I weirdly like these vocals. Okay. Wow. Very intense kind of first song, I would say. Very dark, kind of gloomy atmosphere, kind of instrumental with, I feel, kind of, uplifting kind of drums and vocals a little bit. Definitely dark lyrics. I mean, he's repeating the same stuff throughout the whole song, but it definitely gets his point across. I kind of felt like R&B kind of lyrics as well, just the way he was singing it. I found that track very comforting in its consistency. Definitely confused. Not gonna get that. Not gonna lie about that. I definitely have no clue what that was even about, really. I suppose maybe just him, not wanting to be alone, I guess, or something. Because the first track didn't really fade in to Archangel all that much, so I don't really know where that came from. At track number 3, we have Near Dark. Next song is Near Dark.
I can't take my love. I can't take my love. I can't take my love.
It took a second to settle in, but like, I actually like this a lot. What kind of drums are these?
I can't take my love. I can't take my love.
Trying to digest these sound effects in my head right now. It's like a gun loading, like bullets falling to the ground. I'm gonna assume that these vocals are from a sample. The main thing that's sticking out to me about them is how, just watery the reverb is on them. They're really layered in there. This whole track so far, and the track before, just feels very dystopian. And I have very similar feelings as to this one as opposed to the second one as well, because I just, at the start of both of them, like I was kind of unsettled, and then the more they kind of just kept going, the more I kind of leaned into it, and the more I kind of started to enjoy it. But yeah, I like the song a lot. I'm still very lost. Not lost, in regards to the meaning, because I mean, it's just so early, and honestly, I don't care about the meaning. I'm just lost in my head. I just don't know how the fuck to feel about this. Track number 4 is a slightly longer cut, Ghost Hardware. This stuff, it feels very ghost-like. Ooh. Oh, I like this one a lot. very ethereal. I'm liking this a lot. Very lonely. It's like sad nightclub. Everything on there was just mixed together so incredibly well. Like the mix on that was just amazing. My favorite part about the song was the vocal sample on that for sure. I feel like it just fits so well into the track. It didn't overpower it at all. I just love the little he that came after love you. It just that just hit me emotionally, to be honest. Cute little drums, I would say. I would describe them as cute, you know, not really not taking up too much space, you know what I mean? Everything is just kind of chill, but also, you know what I mean, kind of intense, but not really, you know? I love the little bubbly kind of production, kind of sounded like boiling water, sounded like crackling maybe over a very big ambient atmosphere. So far this just feels very big, but it makes you feel kind of small. Yeah, track number 5 is Endorphin.
And you see all this flashing blue light.
It's kind of terrifying, but I love it. Damn. Okay. Even with no lyrics, I feel like there's a lot to unpack here. It's like the second I start to get comfortable with the song, and it's funny because it's barely a song. All it is just like ambient with like some cool little vocal samples playing over it. And don't get me wrong, the vocal samples actually make the song. Like, it's crazy the effect that the vocals even have on it, because the vocals add a little calming effect to it. You know, they make the song a little more kind of, oh, this is kind of beautiful, this is kind of nice, but then we're kind of brought back to the sinister vibe at the end with the sort of, you know, atmosphere rush. You know, I feel you feel like you're just in a very windy kind of place, but, you know, not windy outdoors, windy indoors. Very mystique, very bland, very gray. A lot of albums I listen to, I'm like begging for meaning, but here I don't want to know the deeper meaning behind everything. I like being in the dark here. Coming in next is Etched, Headplate.
He's not setting out to hurt people. He's got a lot of love in him. So, you know, for his mum, his brother, his girlfriend.
This feels complicated. I don't know about that track being 6 minutes, but I really do think that, you know, his sample usage is just amazing, you know, and you know, that song is definitely consistent with the other songs of the album, you know, very dark, very gloomy, the vocals similar to the songs that we've heard before. He's definitely fucking with the pitch, going up and down as it's going on. It's a very suffocated kind of reverb as well. The instrumental there, I feel like, was a little stripped back as well, so it kind of felt a little bit more bare bones. But I would say my only flaw with that track is I feel like it dragged on a little bit, but I still really did like that. Alright, track number 7 is in McDonald's. Haunting, to be honest. It's that deja vu.
You look different.
I didn't know a Big Mac could sound like that. I enjoy the sample usage. It's very mysterious, I want to talk about that. The lyrics, of I adored you. Those vocals are very light. They're very bright. They're very beautiful. And then at the end, it kind of comes to a realization that that person changed. And when it's stated, you look different, and it's very low pitched, and it's very the instrumental got very dark at that point, But I once admired you, but now you're different. Very bleak, hopeless kind of track. I wonder what McDonald's has to do with that, though. I'm kind of curious. Track number 8 is the title track, Untrue. Is it raining? It's like the pace of that, the pace of the drums on that song kind of like really unsettled me, because they kind of weren't. I feel like they weren't really aligned perfectly with the vocal samples, so they kind of, it felt a little bit not necessarily out of place, but it just felt a little like they weren't on the same page. But track wise, I feel like that flew by. That did not feel like 6 minutes, and wow, man, I mean, super. It's just incredibly consistent with these songs so far. It's just like they all have very similar qualities. I'm curious as to why this was chosen as the title track. I'm gonna have to look more into that for sure, because it might be my least favorite track so far. Just the way this is kind of going for me. But I did like it, But there was just something about it that was just kind of like not really caressing my ears the way I wanted it to. Track number 9 is Shell of Light. This closer sounds familiar. Like from the 90s. What was that? I like this little female vocal right here. It's very eerie. I like it. Ooh. This is nice. This is very settling. I like to hear a song of like just that, you know what I'm saying? Like just the last minute of that. That felt so amazing because I definitely did get used to the sound, but the last minute of that track just felt so kind of like refreshing to me, kind of like we're entering a new kind of water. And it gave me really kind of good optimistic feelings of like acceptance. That's the kind of ambient shit that I want to hear. With a little kind of phoned in effect on that vocal sample, man, that added so much color to it, to be honest. It felt like the first colorful moment of the album. Like all of this album so far, if I had to describe it as a color, has just been like black and white. But that felt like we kind of, moved out of the rainstorm. All right, track number 10 is Dog Shelter. I like that vocal right there. I like that vocal. This is so scary. It's so empty, but I feel like a lot of stories can be told about this. I feel like a lot of different, things can be put behind this and associated with it. I keep trying to pull settings out of my head of which I would listen to this in, and of where I would possibly find this, whether in a movie or something. It is kind of space-like. I feel like very what's the word I'm looking for here? Barren, probably barren. That's the word I'm looking for. Kind of scary, but not at the same time, because things that are scary you don't want to go back to. But I'd go back to this. Okay, track number 11 is Homeless. Oh, okay. I don't like that deep voice. Now that I consider myself kind of semi-used to this for this song, this is definitely fever dream music. I'm not really trying to listen to anything specifically popping out anymore because I kind of all hear it happening. I'm just kind of trying to ride with the wave. You know what I'm saying? Ride with the little kind of wave, but it's in a very depressed ocean. There's sharks everywhere. Yeah, halfway through that track when the little deep voice started talking, I didn't really fuck with that at all. Like this is a little bit top heavy so far, to be honest, but I mean, I don't know, maybe that's just because I think that I was just getting adjusted to the sound, which made me like it a lot more. Alright, track number 12, we have UK. Maybe this guy's from the UK? Imagine walking through like a city late at night, you know what I'm saying? Like New York during like COVID times at night. Like that shit is really empty. And like just putting in like these, like just putting in like the songs like these and just like walking through like the city. You know what I'm saying? Like the lights flashing everywhere. Like this would work good in Tokyo too, especially on like a snowy night. I feel like that setting would work really well with a lot of these songs. It's definitely a night album. Can't imagine listening to this during the day. That track just looped so well into each other too. It just, I don't know, the chord progression on that was just really satisfying, to be honest. I like that a lot. Tracks like those have been my favorite so far on this album. We're here. I feel like we sped through this album. Track number 13 is Raver. I fuck with these synths. I could definitely go raving to this, dude, to be honest. What was that? Yeah. Oh, I never want to listen to this sober ever again. That was amazing, man. Such a quiet, gentle banger. You know what I'm saying? Such a quiet, little song to rave to. And I would rave to that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being absolutely fucked up off anything. This would work off any drug and just kicking it. Just dancing, going little. I feel like that would work really well. I feel like that would work really well with that song. I like the cute little percussion that was going alongside those drums there. They kind of like bottle-like sounds. And I don't know what that sample was saying. I don't know if it was saying like Dream Life, something like that. I don't know. But I really did enjoy that a lot. And I thought the way the synths were brought in as well on that track, how it didn't just start with them, how they were just gently brought in. I feel like that was amazing too. I feel like everything about that track was just arranged really well. Kind of an optimistic way to close the album. I really like that a lot. I'm actually feeling incredibly inspired after listening to that. I'm definitely excited to re-listen to this album. This is the kind of music that I feel like I would have to listen to multiple times so I can pick up on things that I may have missed the first listening. And this definitely seems like some of that. I definitely have at least 8 or 9 songs that I want to return to here on a frequent basis. This is just an album that I want to listen to outside. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a very indoors album. I feel like this would work well, like I said earlier, in a great big city setting, in a big empty place, because I feel like this album is kind of representative of a big empty place. I'm definitely excited to check out the songs that were sampled as well. I'm a slut for that. I'm a slut for going to check out song samples and the meaning behind the song samples as well. Yeah, this album did not disappoint. It hit me on all emotional fronts, especially on that last song there. It definitely got me a little turned up there. That, the ambient song, other songs got me feeling a little sad even. But man, all across the board, I feel like this album did very well. And I'm definitely musically inspired as well. I kind of want to work with some of these sounds. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any other burial that you want me to listen to, I'd definitely be open to it. And drop any more recommendations in the comments that you would like for me to see. And have a great, splendid day.